It's Powerback time on the Gutsy Podcast, your 20-minute boost to reclaim and refocus your energy. Get ready to have bursts of clarity, a boost of confidence, and the practical steps you need to make gutsy moves forward. You've got big things to do, so let's get your power back. I've tried everything. What the is freaking missing? This is such an infuriating and confusing space to be in. Because, look, if you've done all of the things, you've read all the books, taken all the classes, done all the inner work, the meditating, you've gone to therapy, it feels like you have absorbed every piece of content known to mankind, and maybe you've even got a crystal or two shoved in your bra. And yet, somehow, it feels like something is still missing. Something is not working. The pieces have not come together yet. You've yet to reach your goal, and that inner fulfillment that you're craving seems to be completely MIA. If you are aggressively nodding your head, then this episode is for you. I'm going to share 4 sneaky things that are probably still holding you back. And the good news, these are also the things that help you have your biggest breakthrough. One small request before we dig in. If you're finding value, support, help, breakthrough moments by listening to the Gutsy Podcast, I would big, puffy heart, love, and appreciate if you could go to Spotify or iTunes and leave a review. Your review helps the show get in front of more women that are just like you, hungry to grow, ready to take the next step, but just need some guidance, some support, and a little bit of a swift kick in the mental ass to get there. It only takes 2 minutes to do, but my friend, it has a lasting effect. All right, let's dig into this incredibly frustrating topic. It is frustrating. If you are listening to this, I'm going to guess that you are in this place or have recently been in this place. And I just want you to know that I can truly, deeply, and with every ounce of my being say that I fucking understand you. I've been in this place several times throughout my life and career, and it's infuriating, especially when you're doing all the right things. You're showing up, you're being self-aware, you're taking care of yourself differently, you're moving differently, you're deciding things differently. Like you're not where you used to be, but you sure as hell are not where you know that you can be yet. And so that you're in that hallway, that space in between. You know, if you've listened to the show, you've heard me talk about the hallway. It's this long, twisted, freaking space in between your two worlds where you don't know how long it is. The lights are on sometimes they're not. Sometimes you go down a door, you learn a lesson, you gather information, you meet somebody that you needed to know, and then you get back in the hallway and you just never know how long that hallway is. But what you know for sure is that you're not going back to the place that you were. I love this energy because to me, it's like I'm digging my heels in. I'm standing my ground. I'm no longer willing to settle, but also, what the fuck? Like, what else do you want me to do? What else is there to do? I'm willing to do the work. I've been doing the work. When is everything going to start coming together? I wish I had a magic wand or a crystal ball that I could look into and tell you that information. I don't know. I don't know, and neither do you. But what I want you to stay focused on is, why does this thing matter? Why are you working so damn hard towards this? What does it mean to have, to do, to achieve this in your life? We gotta stay locked in on the why. I'm telling you, that is the driving force that has gotten me out of very, very many, so many dark moments where I felt like nothing was ever going to work. In those moments, you are head down. You're in the trenches. You forget to look up and around you. It's easy to think that nothing is working, when really there are some things working. You have grown, you have evolved, you have changed. Things are going in your favor. Most of the time, it's just not going in the speed in which we would like it to be. But remembering and locking back into and having a very clear why. Why do I want this? Why is this important to me? What will this give me in my life? That can help you lift your chin up, look back out across the way, and keep moving forward. Now, between my own story and journey with this and the hundreds, if not thousands of people that I have coached and worked with at this point, there tends to be I have found 4 sneaky little things that tend to still hold you back even when you're doing it all. Most of the time, these things are subconscious, which means you're not actively choosing them. It's running on autopilot in the background. But if you start to recognize these and working with these instead of letting them continue to run the show, this is often where you start to experience your biggest breakthroughs. And just so you know, as we head into these are not fancy or frilly. Friend, this is the fucking honest truth. You come here for raw stuff, this is what we're doing. You want to break through? This is the shit we've got to face. So if you're safe to do so, I highly encourage a notepad. And if you cannot write because you're driving, walking, or doing whatever other activities you're doing, then save this episode so that you can come back and listen again. Okay, here we go. Sneaky fucker number 1. There is a part of you that doesn't believe that it's true or possible. I know, I'm coming in hard and fast here, but listen to me. Oftentimes, we say we want something, but our subconscious efforts, our belief systems, they don't agree with that. They don't see the possibility, or they might see it, but be like, nope, that's not a real thing. I can't have that. That's not for me. That's for other people. This causes a disconnect between the want and desire that you're working towards and your ability to achieve it. Because guess what your subconscious habits and actions are going to do? All the things against it. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you run a business and you are charging for your services, which I hope the hell you are, because otherwise we don't have a viable fucking business. But here's where it gets tricky. Let's say you're charging and you're saying that you want to have $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $40,000 a month, whatever your number is, right? Whatever your financial goal is, whether that's monthly or annually, you're doing everything humanly possible to have that amount of money, to bring that into your business. But where the disconnect happens is you don't believe you're worthy of charging what you want to charge to achieve that number. So what do? You undercharge. You give things away. You build programs and services that are not sustainable. You lowball yourself. There's a part of you that doesn't believe it's possible that you can make that amount of money, so your actions support that concept. So if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty with this and find out what's unconsciously blocking you, write down the thing that you want. And then very openly and very honestly ask yourself, why don't I believe that's possible? Show me the beliefs that tell me that that's not true, that I can't have that. This is a great journaling exercise for you to really dig deep and get to know yourself more. When you begin to uncover these unconscious truths that tell you that you can't, then you can start to work with those. You can start to reframe them. You can start to catch when you hesitate or hold back or resist those things. Using the same example with the money, okay? Let's say you create a service. You want to charge $1,000 for it a month, and you want to sell 5 of them a month, giving you a $5,000 revenue per month. That's the want. That's the desire. Catch yourself when you start to develop it, when you start to work with it, and you're like, maybe I should only do it at 500, and then I could just have more, I could bring in more people to fill that out. Oh, I don't know. 1,000 might not be good because people might not want to pay it. And so maybe I'll take it down to like 650. This is why it's important to uncover that back end belief, because if you know what it is, you can catch it. And so now in this moment, instead of continuing down that path, which keeps you stuck, which keeps you from having the finances that you want every month, now you know what's going on. Now you can catch it and say, no, I am worthy of $1,000 a month per person. This is a fantastic product or service. This is going to help change lives. This is going to move people forward. This helps me achieve my financial goals, and I am worthy of that. So now I'm going to lean in and I'm going to charge the $1,000, even if I feel like I'm wobbling or it feels scary. What's been blocking you then becomes a breakthrough. The next one, you hear me talk about this often, and I have to infuse it in this episode. Friend, there is something that you need to do, but you don't want to do, and therefore you're not doing it. These are the things that you are resisting, putting off, procrastinating on, hesitating on doing, completely avoiding. You are a master at checking off boxes and handling these little tasks that you can get a quick dopamine hit off of. But that thing that you need to really do, sink your teeth into, dedicate time into, clear your schedule and go deep into, that one action that you know it could probably help, but your brain's like, I'll just get to that tomorrow. It's that thing. That's the thing. You've not tried everything because you've not done that thing. This is why books and classes and meditating and all the other stuff that you've been doing isn't helping you to move forward. I'm not saying it's not helping at all. It's probably fueling your mind, boosting your energy, helping you to get some clarity. But when push comes to shove, friend, you gotta do the thing that you're avoiding. The decision that you need to make, the phone call that needs to be made, the email that needs to be sent, the activity or the action that you have to do that doesn't really thrill you, but you know that thing that you want or need in your business or in your career requires you to do it. Look, I'm going to be straight with you. I don't love pitching myself to speak on stages and at events. It's not an activity that I enjoy, that I wake up and feel like zippy about doing. And oftentimes I put it off. I procrastinate on it. I avoid it. I do other little things because I'm like, oh, I'll just do these things first and then I'll eventually get to that. Well, guess what happens? I don't get booked to speak if I don't apply to speak. So have I really done everything to get booked? No, because the thing that I need to do is the thing that I'm avoiding. So I want you to get very clear and very honest with yourself. What is that thing that you are avoiding doing? The thing that you've been procrastinating on or putting off or talking yourself out of or filling your time with so many other things so that you don't have to do this thing. Chances are you probably already know exactly what that is. If you're running a small business, it might be creating your content and actually posting it. If you're leading a team at your job, it might be having the tough conversation that your team needs to hear. In your relationship, it might be finally making the decision and knowing what you have to do after that. If this thing were easy, fun, and exciting, it would already be done. Okay, it's pushing you and challenging you for a reason. And that's because your breakthrough, your clarity, your next level is on the other side of you actually doing it. And until you do, friend, you will continue to spiral in the same place. Next up on the list. Isn't this fun, by the way? Don't you love when I fucking call you out like this? Listen, I'm talking to myself too, okay? So when I'm calling you out on your shit, I'm calling myself out on my own shit. So this next one, okay, is trying to do and continuing to do everything all by yourself. You have taken on so much stuff. You have put so many expectations on yourself. You are running yourself thin. And you're not asking for help. You're carrying too much. There's no support group. You don't have anybody you can talk to. There's nobody guiding you. You're just out here fucking flying solo. And listen, I love me a good independent woman. And I also know that every successful woman has a coach, a mentor, a guide. They're in circles where they can talk about things in depth. They have a sounding board where they can bring and share ideas to get feedback. And they are learning how to delegate, to ask for help, to bring others in to be part of the journey with them. And I need you to know that this is why LauraAura Mastermind was created. Seriously, like this is the place where you stop doing everything alone, where you stop spiraling and trying to figure everything out by yourself. Like there's something so powerful and magical about somebody seeing your job, your career, your relationship, your situation, your growth, your sticking point from a new perspective. This is really about allowing yourself to be held, to be supported, to be seen in a whole new way, to be able to exhale for the first time in fucking God knows how long. And listen, if you're even just a little bit curious, I highly encourage that you go to LauraAura.com/mastermind and read through what I have put together for you. This is a life-changing cycle, okay? This is where all that stuff that you've been trying that's not working, where it actually starts to work, where you actually start to feel good again. You start to feel fulfilled and free and like you're actually in control, not this manic mode. And outside of the mastermind, listen, you have so much going on right now that it's impossible for you to focus on everything and do it all well. I don't know if anybody's told you lately, but you don't need to be some superhuman to be successful, to be appreciated, to be valued. I know that you may have been in situations in the past that have told you otherwise, but here today, right now, I want to remind you that how much you do does not equate to your value as a human. In fact, the life that you're really wanting, that peace, that ease, that freedom, the fulfillment, doesn't come from doing all this shit by yourself all the time. So this is the permission that you don't need, but maybe need to hear and be reminded of today, that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I don't know. And it is most certainly okay to say, no, I cannot. Asking for help is a power move, not a weakness. When you start to reframe that and really believe and embody that and act through that lens, friend, watch your shit start to move in a whole new way. Now, this last one kind of piggybacks off of this, okay? And that's doing too many things. Taking on so many roles and responsibilities, saying yes to everything and everyone, setting your bar so high for yourself that it is absolutely impossible to achieve it, and then you continue to beat your own self up. When you've got so many things going on, you're not able to deeply focus the way that you want and need to for this thing to actually start working. It's like you're going wide instead of deep. You don't have any time to step back, to see things clearly, to step into a creative place, into a place where you can just like play with the idea and let the ideas come into you. Let the clarity come to you. Work with the pieces. No, you're always like head down, force it, got to make it happen because I have no other time to do it other than now. You wonder why it's not working. Friend, you got too much shit going on. When you're always in the trenches, you never see the top of the mountain. I'm simply advising that you come up out of the trenches. And the way that you do that is to stop throwing so much shit on your plate. Stop requiring so many things of yourself. Say no to things instead of yes. Stop and evaluate how much you already have on your plate. What's going on in your life outside of work right now? Do I have the mental capacity, the emotional capacity, the energetic capacity to do one more thing right now? I'm going to guess probably not. When you start to prune your to-do list, removing things, completing things, delegating stuff, getting out of that trench, you start to see things more clearly. You're able to breathe again. You start getting ideas again. You start getting reconnected to your idea. You start to go deep instead of wide. And when there's not so many things to do, you can do the things that you need and want to do better, well, with more craftsmanship, with more ideas, with more of your magic zhuzh that you naturally have. This is where you start betting on yourself. When you start prioritizing your time and your energy, you put your own needs at the front of the line. How are you going to build an empire when you're picking up fucking scraps? Notice how nothing that I said today had anything to do with doing more things or fixing things or learning more stuff. Every single piece of it is internal. You've tried everything, so what the fuck is missing? You. You are missing, friend. Prioritizing yourself, believing in your abilities and your possibility. Doing the things that you need to do to move forward instead of avoiding them. Allowing people to be in your world, to support you, to guide you, to nurture you, to celebrate you, and to clean off your fucking plate, to give yourself the ability and the permission to go deep, to play with your ideas, to let your creative juices flow. Doing the meaningful work, not just the busy work. The reason all that external shit isn't working is because this is an internal job. And it's this very internal work that we work with inside of LauraAlign. So if this is ringing your bell and you're like, okay, enough is enough, I need help, I need guidance, I need to know what to do and how to do it, then go to LauraAura.com/mastermind. And honestly, if you're just not sure, book a clarity session with me. Let's talk it out. Let's figure this out together, okay? Friend, you are just on the other side of your breakthrough. You are one gutsy move away from all of this starting to work in your favor. Your business taking off, excelling in your career, finding joy and happiness and fulfillment in your relationships, finally having the health that you know that you deserve. All of it, every single ounce of it is possible. You wouldn't be thinking about it, dreaming for it, and longing for it if it wasn't. So if you've tried it all and it hasn't worked, try these things. And your ass better message me and tell me when it starts working. Connect with me and say hello on social. I'm at that LauraAura on all social platforms. And until I see you next time, stay gutsy.